Hi. Like most of you know, I do Loot Crate, and I like to do unboxing videos for Loot Crate. Well, I also found a new thing this month called Bento Box, which is basically Loot Crate but for comics, for graphic novels, I believe. So I'm going to do a quick unboxing video for that. Now, while I pop this box open, I'm going to tell you a little bit of a story because I ordered this box like a month ago, and it was supposed to be in at the end of last month, so it's actually like 2 weeks late. I sent an email about it because I got an email saying like, okay, here's your tracking information, and then all the tracking information said was that like a label has been created for like 2 weeks. That's all it said. So I was kind of getting like upset about it, and I was like, well, this is ridiculous. I'm probably never going to do this again. And then they just recently hit my card for next month's Bento Box. So depending on how this goes, I may or may not be sticking with it, depending on like what's in the box this month. So that's a fun little story about what's been going on with it. So let's see what we got here. Also, so I know that they do themes. October's theme is horror, but this is September's box, so I don't know what the theme is, if there is a theme. So I pop it open, and it's in like a little plastic bag that I need to open now. I don't have my scissors around here. So, oh goodness. So it's like 20 or 25 bucks, I think, for the Bento Box. So the first thing I see is a little bitty comic called Lower Regions. That's what it is. Alex Robinson's Lower Regions. So it's a tiny little book, but it's a comic book, but there appears to be no dialogue. It's all told through action. So like here's an example page. It's all action. So that's kind of cool. Let's see how that goes. We got Joe Abercrombie's The First Law. This is a New York and Sunday Times best-selling book, and this is volume 1. It's called The Blade Itself. So I have no idea. Let's see. Logan Ninefingers, infamous barbarian, has finally run out of luck. Caught up in one feud too many, he's on the verge of becoming a dead barbarian, leaving nothing behind but some bad songs, a few dead friends, and a lot of happy enemies. Inquisitor Glocta, crippled turned torturer, is cutting treason out of the Union, one confession at a time. His latest trail of corpses may lead him right to the rotten heart of government if he can stay alive long enough to follow it. So that sounds kind of interesting. Then, and this is a soft cover. Then I've got one called Beyond the Wall, which has an interesting cover. Look at this guy. Oh. What's his deal? What are you about? So let's see what this is about. It's the 3rd century AD, and the tentacles of the Roman Empire have entwined the British Isles. Marcus Malleolus, veteran of countless military campaigns, has been betrayed by the whim of a tyrant. Now banished beyond Hadrian's Wall, he faces untold dangers as he fights his way back, determined to survive until revenge is his. So that looks kind of cool. The art is really interesting. And now we've got a hardcover book by Peter David, who is actually one of my favorite authors, one of my favorite comic book writers. This is called Sir Apropos of Nothing. Sir Apropos of Nothing, Gypsies, Vamps, and Thieves. From the pages of the acclaimed fantasy trilogy writes Sir Apropos of Nothing, a cynical knight who thinks far less of the art of chivalry than he does the art of making a buck. Collecting the 5-part original series written by the novel series creator, New York Times bestselling author Peter David, this volume includes a complete gallery as well as a rare Sir Apropos prose story, also written by David. So that's actually really cool, and I really like the cover art on this. It's really like old school D&D looking, like 70s D&D looking. So that's really cool. I'm excited to read that one. Then there's a bookmark that you can mark achievements in. I assume you probably like to write like, oh, I finished reading the book. Then a little sticker, it looks like. This is Comic Bento, September 2014. So it looks like the theme for this month is fantasy, is what it is. So there's a little paper here then that explains, like, here's what all has come in your Bento Box this month. So, this month Comic Bento subscribers will receive 4 of the following 6 fantasy titles. So there were... Let's see, I didn't get Grimwood's Daughter. I got Sir Apropos of Nothing. I got Beyond the Wall. I got The First Law, and I got Lower Regions. So there was only one of them that I didn't get. Weird. I don't quite understand that. Anyways, so that's Comic Bento. I need to look and see if I have like a link that you can click on to get a discount. I'm pretty sure there is. If there is, I'll put it in the description if you're interested in trying it. It looks like I'm pretty excited about this. I'm less upset about the fact that they've taken my money already for the October box. I really like horror comics, and based on the talent that is involved in this one, I'm kind of excited to see what happens next month. So I've gone from skeptical to cautiously optimistic on the Bento Box. So there you go. We'll see you next time.